Flora, the main character of the novel Primavera, is a love-deprived teenager struggling to find a place in her family's heart. The character Mary Jane Beaufriend developed Flora to be is difficult for me myself to picture as a young adult in the 21st century, in the sense that nowadays we have systems in our world protecting against child abuse. Flora's mother was immensely cruel and not accepting towards Flora at all because she was not as pleasing to the eye as her flawless sister Domenica. This meant that Flora was worthless to the family, for she would never be married off. I struggled to have empathy for Flora, as I could not relate to her situation, nor can I think of anyone in my life that could. Although I do have great sympathy for her because I believe that every child should have a safe environment to live in, filled with people who genuinely love and care for you, which evidently she did not have. Throughout the novel, in my eyes, Flora had become a lot stronger and independent. Her whole life, she had depended on Nona to defend and protect her from harm. When Nona had passed away, although she was very upset, she knew she had to move on, accepting the fact that she had duties to fulfill and did not have time to waste to show sorrow towards the woman she had once loved with great passion. I feel this was a monumental event for Flora because the day she had been dreading for her whole life had finally come. As I said before, although overall I think that Flora transformed as the book progressed and became much more mature. On the other hand, Domenica, Flora's beautiful sister, was the center of her mother's attention, and everyone else who managed to catch a glimpse of her for that matter. Her life, in Flora's eyes, was perfect. She never had but a care in the world, because being pretty meant that everything in your life would just fell into place. This was not the case. Domenica's mother strived for perfection with her already beautiful daughter. She tweezed her eyebrows until there was nothing more to tweeze, expected that she always be on her top behavior, and tried to morph her into looking like a ceramic doll. Though she would never admit it to her mother, she was very unhappy with her life, for it was not what she wanted. Domenica's situation reminded me of the one of mothers who enter their children into beauty pageants. Children are way too young and naive to protest against it, so the mothers transform them into human Barbies without their say. Like Domenica's mother, pageant mothers do this for the better of their own image. Throughout the book, the author gave Domenica more of a voice. But at the end of the novel, she expressed her opinions about everything that was going on in her life, rather than keeping them in like a poised young lady would do. For example, one night, Domenica and Flora had fallen asleep together. Flora was awakened to the sound of her sister's cry. She had been so upset by what her mother was doing to her, and so tired of holding all her emotions, that she broke down and told Flora everything. I feel this was the turning point for Domenica's character. I wish the author had put the scene earlier in the book so that the reader could have been more acquainted